Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tayana, if you guys didn't know, and today we are doing something a little bit different today. We are doing a cooking video today. Y'all know I love to cook, and I definitely show me cooking in my other videos, so I decided why not do a cooking video. So today we're going to be making good old chicken pot pie. Okay, now don't sleep on the chicken pot pie. Okay, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't really like chicken pot pie. No, you're tripping, because in the way we about to make it today, I promise you, everybody that you make this recipe for is gonna be begging you to make it for them over and over and over again. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what we're using today, and also all these ingredients are very affordable. You can make this meal at under $30, and this is also good for the weekdays as well. If you gotta work, if you just have a busy day, you need something, this is it right here. And it's definitely getting cold outside. Not getting, it's already cold outside, so this is the perfect meal, you know, for those cold fall winter nights. This is gonna keep you warm. So yeah, let's go ahead and start off with, so over here we already have our chicken breast boiling in the pot over there. So I have about 2 to 3 chicken breasts in there boiling, and I went ahead and seasoned that water with some of the chicken bouillon before it started boiling. I put some of that in there, and I also added some of the garlic salt as well, and I went ahead and added those chicken breasts in there so that can be going. I've already got my oven preheated to 375 as well. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and start making our filling so we can get this in the oven and we can get to eating. Okay. Hey guys, so this is going to be a voiceover. So we're gonna run through these steps real quick. So as you can see, I'm chopping up my onion. You want to use a large onion. I used about half of the onion, and then I just put those aside. And then I also took a couple tablespoons of the minced garlic that you guys see, and I put that aside as well. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this cooking episode is super realistic, and when I tell you my eyes were on fire right now, they were burning so bad from those onions that I was cutting. I had to take a step away because I was dying. My eyes are so sensitive. As you guys can see, I was losing it. So next, as you can see here, I'm just taking my baby potatoes and just gonna cut them up into smaller bite-sized pieces so that when you take a bite, you have the perfect amount of potato, vegetables, and chicken all in one bite. So I'm just gonna cut those up, and then I'm gonna come back once we get to our next step. So I already have my pan on medium heat, and I'm just gonna drop my butter. So I'm using 1 stick of butter. I'm gonna put that in the pan, and you want to make sure that you don't have your heat up too high, because the butter will melt pretty fast and it'll start to burn, and then we just gonna have to start all over again. So just make sure your heat is turned down to at least medium low for this part. And yeah, so you're just gonna put your butter in the pan, and you're gonna put those onions that you chopped up in there as well, along with the garlic, and we're just gonna stir that up. And you want to stir it till your onions start to get a little transparent or a little light colored, or at least until you can start to smell the onions and the garlic and the butter cooking together.
Pink black girls in my area cold. Dark skin, light skin, medium tones. Pumping braids got mini afros. Thick lips got hips, some of us don't.
Okay guys, so at this point we're going to make our roux. So this is going to be the base of our filling. And don't worry, this is super easy and it's super quick. So don't be intimidated, okay? So as you can see, I'm just adding a little bit of flour at a time to my pan with the butter and the garlic and the onions. And we're just gonna keep whisking that together until it thickens up a little bit. And then we're gonna go in with our carton of chicken broth, and we're gonna just continue to whisk everything together while adding in our chicken broth.
I like it, the growth, the light, the pain, the fight, we love, we fight, we hurt, we cry, we pay the price, you be. I think I need some time away, I took a little time, I pray we gon' be alright, okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. I think I need some time away, I took a little time.
So once we get all of that stuff whisked up together, we're gonna take some half and half and we're gonna put some of that in there as well. And don't worry guys, all of the ingredients and measurements will be down below in the description box.
My teeth and you say that I'm good. Hit at 16, you say it's my destiny. Driving range if you come up to no good. Give us a break and let us breathe, man. Give us a chance as a chief, and I know that my head looks a bit different today. So don't touch my head. New hair, who this? All black with my jacket and a van to twist. Look, mind over matter, I can handle this. We're fine, take a second of awards in Red Sea. I think I care.
So now I'm just going to take that chicken out of the pot that I had boiling with all of my seasonings in there, and we're going to put that to the side, and then we're just going to start to shred that. So how I like to shred it, I like to take 2 forks. Makes it super easy, especially if your meat is tender, and I just use the 2 forks and I shred those up.
I took a little time. I pray we gon' be alright, okay, alright. Okay, alright, okay. Think I need some time. Oh, I took a little time. I pray we gon' be alright. Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay, alright.
Now, if you really want to, and you want to do this even faster, you don't have to shred it. You can just roughly chop your chicken up, and boom, you're done. Okay guys, so here is how our filling base is looking. It looks so good. No, this is everything that you guys already mixed up together. So now we're just gonna add in our veggies. So I got the frozen vegetables. They're already mixed, they're frozen, they're ready to go. I used about 2 bags of these, so I just went ahead and put those in. And then I went ahead and added in my potatoes. So now I'm just putting the rest of those potatoes in, and I'm just gonna go ahead and mix everything up. And then after that's all mixed, I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken into the pan as well. So here you can see how nice and thick that consistency is. Now you don't want it to be too watery, and you also don't want it to be too thick, because then it's just not going to come out right. So right now we have the perfect consistency, and then we're going to go ahead and add all of our seasonings in. So I will have all of my seasonings listed below as well, so you guys can see that. And I know it may look like I'm putting a lot of seasoning in here, but trust me, you're gonna want to season this really well, because you really only have those vegetables, your chicken and your potatoes, and then you have all that flour and, you know, butter and stuff. So it really doesn't have any taste to it. So you want to make sure that you season it really well. And also you want to taste as you go, because you don't want it to be too seasoned, if you know what I mean. We don't want no salty food, okay? And we also don't want bland food. So now we're pretty much done. So now we're gonna take our pie crust, and we're gonna put one of those pie crusts on the bottom of our pan. And you don't have to spray this with anything, it's not gonna stick. So now we're just going to take that bottom crust and we're going to lay that in our pan nice and gentle, because we don't want it to break. And we're just going to go ahead and spread that out, because we want to just make sure our edges and the bottom of the pan is covered, because we want that pie crust everywhere. Okay, we don't want no missing areas, but no pie crust, because that's the best part about chicken pot pie. So after we go ahead and do that, we just want to take that filling that we made and go ahead and fill up your pan with all of that filling. So once we filled up our pan with all of our filling, we're going to take that second pie crust and we're going to open it up and stretch it out a little bit so that it fits over your pan. Now this will depend on what kind of pan that you're using. Since I'm using one that's oval, I just kind of stretch it a little bit to match the shape of the pan. So we're going to go ahead and put that over top, and then make sure it's covering every part of the pan. So as you can see, I'm just going through and making sure everything is sealed together with the pie crust in the pan, because we don't want anything spilling out. And then I'm gonna go in with a fork and I'm just gonna make like the little lines on the outside, you know, the little cute lines when you baking a pie or something. So I'll try to be fancy, so I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna brush the top of the pie crust with some melted butter, and then we're gonna go in the oven. So y'all let me know down in the comments, do you prefer a butter rub or do you like to use like an egg wash? Let me know down below. I prefer butter. It just gives a little bit more flavor. It may not brown as well as an egg wash, but I don't know, it's all about the flavor for me. Boy, you always run around with a target on. If it follow me to the park, right, I'ma spark it up. And guys, would you look at that finished product? Ooh, and it started to bubble out the sides. That's okay if it bubbles out the side, but look at that. And when I tell you, this was so good. Look at it bubbling. Ooh. So here I'm just gonna scoop some out, and I'm gonna make me a plate, and I'm gonna make a plate for my boyfriend as well. And I got the thumbs up from him. He loved it. He came back for like seconds, and he came back for thirds. Look at that. And everything was so tender. The potatoes were perfect, the vegetables were perfect, and that chicken was already tender, and everything together, it was so good, guys, so good. So let me know if you guys try this recipe out. Let me know how you like it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope that you guys return. So I will definitely have more cooking videos coming soon. Just make sure you turn your post notifications on so you know every time I post. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.